What's up, guys? This is Coach Grant with First Down Training, and today we're going to be talking about 5 tips to help you gain weight but still keep your speed. Let's get started. Now, in this video, you guys, we're going to be talking about some different lifting strategies, dieting strategies that are going to help you guys put on muscle mass, put on size, but still maintain your athleticism and your speed. So we're going to talk about the diet side of things first, and then we're going to get into the lifting side of things and the different workout splits you should be doing as an athlete to put on size, but not to lose that quick step. But before we get into that, fellas, if you're a wide receiver or a quarterback and would like to train with us this offseason, we're going to be coming out to 15 different cities across the country for 2-day-long QB and wide receiver camps. So check out that very first link in the description below if you guys would like some more information how you can sign up to work with us. We're going to be coming out to San Francisco, California, Miami, Florida. Both of those camps are completely sold out. But then we'll be coming out to Las Vegas, Nevada, Charlotte, North Carolina. Then we'll be heading out to Portland, Oregon, Dallas, Texas, Nashville, Tennessee, Chicago, Illinois, Buffalo, New York. Then we'll be heading out to Atlanta, Georgia, Houston, Texas, Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, Detroit, Michigan, Boise, Idaho, and Los Angeles, California. So again, if you guys would like some more information, we'd like to train with us this year, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to have you there, fellas. Let's get started with this video. Now, these first two things that we are going to discuss today, you guys, are going to be diet related, and these are from personal experience. And I wouldn't even necessarily call it like diet related. I would call it more so supplement related. So a common question that we get asked, believe it or not, is about athletes taking creatine. So creatine is one of those like supplements that I'm sure all of you have at least heard about at one point or another. Maybe some of you have read something, seen something on creatine, but creatine is one of the best things that an athlete can use to put on size. Now, listen, I know a lot of you guys probably have your opinions on creatine. Some of you probably have negative opinions on creatine. I can only speak from what worked best for me. If you guys don't like creatine and you're like, hesitant, maybe your parents won't let you take it, whatever it is, we're going to give you some alternatives that you guys can use throughout the rest of this video. But I want you to listen to what creatine does if you're on the fence and maybe you want to take it. So essentially what creatine does is when you take creatine, that will increase the muscle hydration internally in your body. So essentially what that does is that takes all the water from your body, maybe not all the water, but your body's made up of, what is it, like 70% water, right? So that 70% of water is hydrated to your muscles internally, right? So what that does is that increases your strength in the gym. A lot of people think that just taking the creatine supplement is going to just put on weight. It's going to put on water weight, and then when you get off of it, you're going to lose that water weight, you're going to look fat. That's not even what the supplement does. If you take a low quality creatine, that's when you start to see that water weight pop up. And these are mistakes that I have made. I took creatine in the past that's on the cheaper side of things that would raise sodium levels in your body, and that's where you get that like soft feeling and you look a little bit fatter, you don't look as athletic. But if you take a high quality creatine, I recommend a creatine monohydrate. You're going to see different types of creatine. If you search it up, creatine monohydrate is the one that I recommend, and that helps with strength in the gym. And a lot of people think like, oh, well, that puts a lot of stress on your kidneys. It's not necessarily the best thing for you to take. It's not healthy, whatever. And if you don't want to take it, I'm not saying that you take it. But for me personally, I just had to stay on top of the water that I was drinking. If I wasn't hydrating properly, yeah, I'd feel bad. But you feel crappy as it is if you don't hydrate properly. So as long as you're drinking a gallon of water a day, you're taking creatine, you're taking at the most 10 grams per day, so 5 grams before you work out, and then maybe 5 grams after you work out, that's enough creatine to get you stronger, and that strength is going to help you perform more in the gym. Now, we're going to talk about gym stuff that you can do to put on muscle mass, but I think creatine is one of the best things that you can do as an athlete to put on weight. Now, if you guys would like a creatine that's on the cheaper side of things, 100 servings, not going to break the bank for 100 servings, just post that in the comment section below, and I can send you a link to one that I recommend that also has information on why creatine is safe for certain athletes and some of the things that you can expect when taking the supplement. Now, like I said, creatine was one of those things that, increased muscle hydration internally in your body, which made you feel stronger. You didn't gas out as quick during workouts. But let's say, for example, you're on the younger side of things, you're in high school, your parents are against the idea of you taking creatine. Maybe you're against the idea of taking it, and that's totally fine. You don't have to take it. That's just what worked really well for me. When I saw the biggest weight gain I saw was my senior year of high school to my freshman year of college. And I gained the most weight because I did not take creatine at all in high school. I was one of those guys that was anti-creatine. I was like, oh, I'm not going to take it. It's bad for my liver. It's bad for my kidneys. You hear all the horror stories. It makes you lose hair, all that stupid stuff that's honestly not true. And if you do research on it and you actually search up what a good quality creatine supplement can do, you find out that that stuff's not true. But let's say, for example, you're one of those guys and you're in that situation. Totally fine. You don't have to take the supplement. What I saw a lot of success with, especially in high school, was supplementing with protein powder. Now, protein powder, you're going to get just as much protein from food as you would protein powder. I'm not saying that you have to take protein powder in order to gain weight, but it certainly helps you hit the amount of grams needed with your protein consumption on a daily basis to hit that weight gain goal that you have. Let me explain. So let's say, for example, in high school, I want to say after my junior year, I probably weighed 165 pounds. And my goal was to get to 185 as a senior. I wanted to gain 20 pounds in 12 months, or maybe like 10 months, I would say, because the season started, like season ended in November. I wanted to be 185 by August, September, right? I wanted to be that much weight. So my goal was 185 pounds. And so I read somewhere online, and this is, again, what I had the most success with. I'm sure there's some science out there that maybe, there's so many different opinions on this kind of stuff. You really have to find what works best for you. But what I found was trying to consume 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight was what helped me gain the most weight. So my goal weight was 185 pounds. I was trying to consume 185 grams of protein a day. So in the breakfast, I'd have eggs, or for breakfast, I'd have eggs. For lunch, I'd have chicken. For dinner, I'd have some kind of red meat. And in between that, I would supplement protein shakes, right? So those types of, that protein intake would help my body recover faster so I could get more output in the gym. Again, just consuming protein is not going to put weight on you guys. Let's break down working out as a whole, right? You're in the gym, you're working out. Let's say you're doing this basic exercise. Let's say it's curls, right? So every time you do a curl, you're getting micro tears in your bicep, right? So those micro tears need to be repaired. Taking protein hurries up the process of that repair of that muscle tissue. And when that muscle tissue repairs, it grows back a little bit bigger every single time. So that's why protein consumption, and more importantly, taking 1 gram per pound of your goal body weight is important, because that will help you get to the right muscle mass that you want, help you recover faster, so you could get after your workout 2 days later, work the same muscle group, and it's already fully recovered. So you get more out of your workouts to put on muscle mass. You can't just take the supplement and then just expect it to happen overnight. Bam, I gained weight. So that's what protein consumption can do for you. I recommend consuming 1 gram per pound of your goal body weight. Now, if you're 130 pounds and your goal is to get to 185, maybe don't consume 185 right away. Maybe I start with 150. Then maybe I get to 150, I start to 165. You progressively build up to it. You don't need to consume all this protein when you're 115 pounds. It's not going to work that way. You have to build yourself up. Now, again, a lot of people are hesitant with the protein supplementation because, maybe they have allergies to certain dairy products. They don't like how protein's super heavy. It makes their stomach feel weird. Trust me, guys, I had all those problems. If you want a protein that's a little bit lighter, on the more affordable side, and it's easy on your stomach, just post that in the comment section below. I can send you a great protein powder that I highly recommend. All right, guys, so let's talk about lifting weights now. So lifting weights to be able to gain weight, you have to do something called hypertrophy training, which is essentially muscle building training, building muscle mass, lifting for, I guess you could say like a pump in the gym, if that makes sense to you guys. I know you guys are football players. You don't really necessarily get the, bodybuilding bro science stuff. Neither do I. I can't stand that stuff personally. But to be able to put on muscle mass, you have to lift a certain way. And the old, kind of adage of you got to lift in that 1 to 5 rep range, lift super heavy weight to put on muscle mass, that's incorrect. And that's something that I was taught at a young age and I didn't see a lot of success with, right? That's going to get you stronger for sure. Lifting in that 1 to 5 rep range, your max, 2 rep max, 3 rep max, that's going to get you stronger. And that definitely is something that's important as a football player. You have to be strong. But to be able to put on weight, that's not going to help you guys. You got to be working, and this is what I saw the most success with in that senior year to freshman in college jump, was lifting in that 8 to 12 rep range on those types of exercises like rows, squats, shoulder raise, shoulder presses, bench press. I hated bench press personally for athletes just because I didn't feel like it benefited us. But to put on weight, you got to put on weight in your chest. You're going to look weird if you don't have a big chest and everything else is big, right? So you got to sometimes do that. Quarterbacks, I don't recommend it because that puts a lot of stress on your shoulder, number 1. But number 2, you have to train in that 8 to 12 rep range. That's the best range to be able to put on muscle mass and put on, just size in general the right way. Now, a lot of you guys are watching this video because you want to gain weight, but you also don't want to lose speed. That's the whole purpose of this video. So when it comes down to your lifting splits, let's say I'm organizing a leg workout, for example. And let's say I have 4 exercises in my leg workout. Not saying you have to do this, but I'm just saying this for example. To not lose a step as an athlete, you want to do exercises to build up your legs. Like let's say squats, and let's say like lunges, for example, like barbell, you're lunging, right? You do those exercises, those are 8 to 12 rep range exercises. Those are going to build muscle mass in your legs. Now, what you want to maybe add to that workout is box jumps, hang cleans, something explosive so you don't lose that fast twitch muscle fiber production that we want out of our workouts. Training for speed, honestly, conceptually is easy. You want to be able to move the weight fast in the gym, and you want to be training fast to activate fast twitch muscle fibers in your body. every single athlete has two types of muscle fibers. You have fast twitch fibers and you have slow twitch fibers. Slow twitch fibers are like when you do like distance running. Fast twitch fibers are when you're sprinting. And what do football players have to do pretty much on every snap? We have to sprint. So to increase my speed, I have to almost sprint in the gym. So doing that 1 to 5 rep range on exercises like a box jump, like a power clean, and I'm trying to move as fast as possible, all out effort, is training my speed. So when I do that, I have to combine that with the exercises in the gym that I'm doing to build muscle mass. So that's how you should be lifting to maintain speed and to build size. I get that question a lot. It has nothing to do with the diet, I think. It has everything to do with the way you are training. So you have to train for size, obviously, 8 to 12 rep range, doing those exercises for hypertrophy, but you also have to do those explosive movements so you don't lose that step on the field. Now, as athletes, what are we constantly doing? We're constantly practicing, right? We're constantly training, we're constantly practicing, we're constantly doing things that are burning calories. And burning calories is one of the things that holds back a lot of athletes, especially guys, because it's just harder for guys to gain weight. But it's harder for us to gain weight as athletes because, like I said, we're constantly burning calories at practice. So to be able to gain weight, you have to be in a calorie surplus. It's actually quite simple. You have to consume more calories than you burn. So I'm sure all of you have been to a grocery store, have seen a grocery store before. On the back of each product, what do they have? They have the nutrition facts and they have how many calories are in the food. It's easy to keep track of the calories that you're consuming. It's harder to keep track of the calories that you are burning. So what I want everybody to do is to just simply go onto Google and type in calorie calculator product or product or tool to be able to count how many calories I burn. Search something like that up in Google and you're going to get a bunch of different products that you can buy. And there'll be products there and they're not crazy expensive. It's not like they're thousands of dollars. There are a couple that are $50, $100, $70, and I get it, but it's worth the investment, trust me, because here's why. You wear that while you work out. You wear that while you train. And you're keeping track of the amount of calories that you are burning, so now you know what you need to put into your body to stay in that calorie surplus. And you have to stay disciplined with that. But if you invest the time and invest the money into that calorie calculator, like service, product, whatever you want to call it, you will see gains with your weight. You will see yourself start to gain size if you're consuming more calories than you are burning. Now, another underrated aspect of the gaining weight process is going to be rest. So guys, your body and your muscles are not going to grow unless you rest. Now, I get it. A lot of you guys watching this are probably very, very hardworking people. You want to work out every day. You're probably a lot like myself when I played, because I was one of those guys that, like, I'm already undersized. I feel like I need to work out every hour of every single day to be able to even compete with these guys who are just naturally more gifted than me, bigger than me. And I get that. And you see all the motivational videos talking about, oh, well, you got to work hard. You got to do this. You got to be obsessed. You got to do all that. And all that's great. And that is 100% true. But you also have to be obsessed with the recovery element that comes with being able to put on size, gain weight, get faster, and just improve your overall skills. Let's put it like this. You're in the gym, you're grinding really, really hard for let's say 3 days in a row, right? Let's say you do let's just say it like this. Let's say it's like a push-pull split. Let's say you go push, pull, then push on the next day. The day after that, you're very sore, your body's sore, and you're going to do another push day or another pull day. But your body's so broken down, you're so sore, you haven't given yourself time to rest. How do you expect your muscles to grow if you're not giving it time to rest? Now, I'm not saying you just got to sit around and play video games all day and not be productive. On a rest day, maybe you take care of your body by, seeing a massage therapist. Maybe you get a massage gun. Maybe you take an ice bath. You take a cold plunge. You stretch. You do things that are active, because that is also a part of the process of working hard, taking care of your body to make sure that you get the most out of every single workout that you do, especially when you're trying to gain weight. You have to take time to rest. If you don't take time to rest, if you don't get proper sleep, because when your body recovers is when you're sleeping. So if you're not getting 7 to 10 hours of sleep every single night, you're doing yourself a disservice as an athlete. Everybody's different when it comes to sleep. Obviously, there's a lot of studies out there on sleep about, REM sleep. Some people don't require a lot of sleep because they fall sound asleep easier. Maybe they're more hydrated. They don't take as much caffeine, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of studies out there. If you want to research your sleep, I think that's super beneficial for all athletes. But trust me, guys, you have to take the time to recover, or else your body and your muscles are not going to grow. All right, fellas, really want to thank you for watching. I really appreciate it. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate to leave those in the comment section below. We always appreciate the feedback. It's always great to hear from you guys. And again, fellas, if you would like some more information on the 15 different cities that we're traveling to, how you can sign up to train with us this off-season, check out that very first link in the description below. We'd love to have you out to one of our off-season camps. I'll see you guys next time.